A music round now. Your music starter is a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can identify the band performing.
You're the best thing. You're the best thing.
Well, none of you know who that was. That was Durham. So music bonuses shortly. Another starter question in the meantime. Quote, I've spent much of my life fighting the Germans and fighting the politicians. It is much easier to fight the Germans. These are the words of which military commander in a speech marking the 25th anniversary of the Battle of El Alamein?
Durham Thomas.
No,
Eisenhower.
No, I'm sorry. And if you buzz, you must answer straight away. I'll offer it to you, Strathclyde.
Strathclyde Neelan.
Montgomery.
Correct, yes. We're on a roll now, eh? Right, so we're going to get the music bonuses. That was Durham you heard in the starter. Brian Cox was the person who played keyboard in Durham. He's a professor at Manchester University. He has a PhD in high-energy particle physics. For your bonuses, you're going to hear three other bands who have members with PhDs. I want you to name the doctor in each band. Firstly, for 5.
Brian May.
Here's Brian May in Queen. And secondly.
There's a place where everyone can't be right, even though you're being determined to be important. It's where everyone has been and where everybody goes. So please try not to be impatient, for we always need.
Not sure. Bad Religion.
That was You by Bad Religion, in which band Greg Graffin has a PhD, apparently. And finally...
Conquer shining on the ground. The air is cooler, and I feel like I just started uni. Walking backwards to my van. You're at your window.
That was Stornoway, and in Stornoway, Brian Briggs has a PhD in zoology. Right, 10 points for this. Spencer Gore in 1877 and Maud Watson in 1884 were respectively the first winners of the men's and ladies' titles in which sporting championship?
Durham Thomas.
Wimbledon.
Correct, yes, the All England Singles Tennis Championship. These bonuses, Durham, are on compound words. In computing, what term indicates software or other devices that prevent users from outside an organisation doing anything that might corrupt the system inside?
Firewall. Firewall is what's coming to me. Yeah. Okay.
Firewall.
Firewall is right. Fireweed, so called because it thrives on burnt land, is an alternative name for which common plant, known binomially as Epilobium angustifolium and distinguished by its straight stems and magenta flowers?
What's the one like left west? It could be willow herb. Sorry? It could be willow herb, maybe. Willow herb. What's the one in the Wild West? Tumbleweed. I don't know if that's a real thing. What were you going to say?
Come on, let's have it, please.
Nominate Vokes.
Willow herb.
Specifically?
Rose Bay willow herb.
Correct. Fire clay, used for making materials such as fire bricks, can withstand high temperatures without excessive deformation because of its high content of which oxide produced from bauxite?
Bauxite, that's aluminium oxide.
Aluminium oxide.
Correct. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Listen carefully. Which British monarch succeeded to the throne in a year that consists of the lowest two-digit square number followed by its consecutive square?
Strathclyde Doroshenko.
1625.
No,
sorry.
Durham, one of you may answer.
Durham Ferry.
Charles I.
Charles I succeeded in 1625. Bad luck. Your bonuses this time are on a historical figure. Which great-granddaughter of Henry VII was married to Francis II of France?
Mary Queen of Scots.
Correct. The illegitimate son of her father, James V, which half-brother of Mary was among those who deposed her mother, Mary of Guise, from her role as Scottish regent in 1559?
I can't think of anything. Yeah.
Duke of Fife.
No, it was the Earl of Murray. And finally, also a great-grandchild of Henry VII, what was the name of Mary's second husband? The Earl of Bothwell, whom she later married, was accused of his murder, but acquitted.
Is that Darnley? That's Darnley. Is he not the third husband? No, Bothwell was the third one, isn't it?
Darnley.
It was Lord Darnley, Henry Stuart. Right, we are now going to take our second picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a poster for the 2012 Olympic Games. 10 points if you can identify the artist who designed it.
Durham Ferry.
Tracy Emin.
No, one of you may buzz from Strathclyde if you have a clue.
Strathclyde Neelan.
Damien Hirst.
No, that was by Rachel Whitread. So picture bonuses shortly. 10 points for the starter question in the meantime. Listen up. Which Dutch jurist and politician wrote the 1625 work De Jure Belli et Pacis, often described as the basis of modern international law?
Durham Thomas.
Spinoza.
No. Strathclyde, one of you want to buzz? It's Grotius or de Groot. 10 points for this. Two large islands are divided by international land frontiers that measure around 360 kilometres. One is Hispaniola in the Caribbean. What's the other?
Strathclyde Doroshenko.
It's Borneo, the one that's got Indonesia and
No,
Malaysia
I'm
on it.
afraid not. Durham?
Durham Ferry.
Ireland.
It is Ireland, yes. So we revert to the picture bonuses. There are more posters for the 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games designed by modern British artists. 5 points for each artist you can identify. Firstly, for 5.
That's got to be Bridget Riley, surely. Yeah, if you're happy with that. I'm pretty sure she normally does like op art stuff. I don't know.
What is it?
Like Bridget Riley. I'd go.
Bridget Riley, not O'Reilly.
Yeah, Bridget Riley.
Bridget Riley.
It is by Bridget Riley, yes. Secondly,
Is Emin or Hurst? It's got to be. I know they both did one. Which we go Emin. I just think it looks more like a. I don't know. Anyone have any inklings over there? I tend to go Emin over Hurst, but yeah.
Tracy Emin.
no, that's by Chris Offaly. And finally,
That's got to be Tracy. I've not seen that. Okay. I thought I'd seen the Tracy Emin one. Okay, well, I've got absolutely nothing there. I think if we say Tracy Emin again. No, not really.
Tracy Emin.
that is by Tracy Emin, yes. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Used to describe both weather and beer, which short adjective is an anagram?
Strathclyde Neelan.
Dry.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. An anagram of the Roman numerals for the number 1551.
Durham Thomas.
Vivid.
No, it's mild. 10 points for this starter question. Delta, Proton, Cosmos, Energia, Titan, Atlas and Ariane are all examples of what?
Strathclyde Wareham.
Rockets.
Yes, rockets or launch vehicles is correct, yes. Right, these bonuses, Strathclyde, are on a metal. Those meteorites that are now classified as siderites have a chemical composition rich in concentrations of which metallic element?
Any idea?
Iron's pretty common everywhere, but whether it's not or
I think I need an answer, please.
Iron.
Iron.
Iron is correct, yes. One of New York's first skyscrapers, the Flatiron Building at the intersection of Fifth Avenue and Broadway, is what shape in horizontal cross-section?
Triangular.
Correct. Published in 1968, The Iron Man, A Story in 5 Nights, is a work for children by which writer who became Poet Laureate in 1984?
Is it Ted Hughes?
It is, yes. Right, another starter question. Myrmecophytes are plants that live in association with a colony of which insect of the family Formicidae?
Durham Vokes.
Ants.
Ants is correct, yes. A set of bonuses on anagrams. Give any one of the 3 7-letter anagrams whose meanings are respectively closest, oriental and serious.
Nearest, eastern and earnest.
You just need to just give one.
Yeah.
Nearest.
Nearest, eastern and earnest are the other ones. 3 7-letter anagrams mean respectively to watch, opposite and wordy. Give me any one of them.
obverse and something else.
Obverse?
And, yeah, and verbose.
Oh, obverse then.
Obverse.
Obverse, observe and verbose, yes. 3 7-letter anagrams mean a citadel on top of a hill, relating to site, and local or of the moment. Give any one.
Capital, optical and something else.
Yeah.
Capital.
Capital, optical, topical, yes. 3 minutes to go, 10 points for this. In which German city was the business of the financier Mayer Amschel Rothschild originally based? You may not confer, one of you may buzz.
Strathclyde Doroshenko.
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is right, yes. These bonuses, Strathclyde, are on geography. The cities of Rouen and Le Havre are in which French département? The 2 words of its name denote a major river and proximity to the sea, both in French and English.
No, it's the wrong end. I can't think of anything offhand, sorry.
Côte d'Azur.
No, it's Seine-Maritime. Associated with Chagall and Matisse, which major city is the prefecture of the Alpes-Maritimes département?
Strasbourg.
No, it's Nice. It's 2-word name denoting a river and a body of water. Which département in Brittany has Nantes as its prefecture?
Pass.
That's Loire-Atlantique. 10 points for this. First performed in Turin in 1896. Which opera is set in the Latin Quarter of Paris and includes...
Strathclyde Doroshenko.
La Bohème.
La Bohème is correct, yes. Strathclyde, these bonuses are on a battle. Roncesvalles, a pass in the Pyrenees, is traditionally regarded as the site of the defeat by Basque forces of the army of which king of the Franks in 778?
Charlemagne.
Correct. What is the name of the nephew of Charlemagne, who was killed at Roncesvalles and who's immortalised in an 11th century chanson or song?
Henri.
No, it's Roland. The Song of Roland is a major theme in the 1939 novel The Confidential Agent by which British author?
Graham Greene.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. In computing, for what do the letters TLD stand when referring to suffixes?
Strathclyde Doroshenko.
Top-level domain.
Correct. Your bonuses, Strathclyde, are on the plays of Samuel Beckett. In each case, give the precise English title from the French title. Firstly, Fin de partie. Come on, come on, come on. You've got a lot of ground to catch up.
Nominate Doroshenko.
The end of leaving.
No, it's Endgame. Secondly, La Dernière Bande. That's B-A-N-D-E.
The last band.
Last band.
No, it's Crap's Last Tape. And finally, Ole Bonjour. Come on.
Beautiful days of the beautiful days.
Of the beautiful days.
No, I'm afraid it's Happy Days. And at the gong, Strathclyde had 70, the University of Durham had 245. There's not much of a way of sugaring the pill here, Strathclyde. I'm afraid that is a rather resounding defeat. But you've been doing well the latter half of the contest. She's woken up earlier. Durham 245, it's a very, very good score. We shall look forward to seeing you in round 2 for sure. I hope you can join us next time for another first round match. But until then, it's goodbye from Strathclyde University.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Durham University.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.